Jake Morrison sat across from Vexstar in the same white room where they had first met. But this time, the meeting was on a human space station. The aliens had been too afraid to invite humans to their ships after what they had learned about human biology. Vexstar looked different. His crystal body was dimmer, and cracks showed in his surface. The other alien representatives looked equally worn down. Earth had not been kind to them. Ambassador Morrison, Vexstar began, his voice much quieter than before. We owe your species an apology. Jake nodded, but said nothing. He had learned that sometimes the best negotiation tactic was to let the other side talk first. We misjudged humans badly, continued the gas cloud alien Kethmer. We thought your world had made you weak. We now understand that it made you the strongest species in the galaxy. Admiral Tethlos bubbled nervously. Our scientists have spent weeks studying the data from our ... encounter with Earth. The results are humbling. How so? Jake asked. Collective Node Prime spoke for the hive mind. Your species has evolved capabilities that we thought were impossible. You can survive in temperatures that range from freezing to boiling. You can breathe air that contains chemicals toxic to most life forms. You can consume foods that would poison other species. Most impressive, added Luminal Commander, is your adaptability. Our species each evolved on perfect worlds, with stable conditions. We are specialized for those exact environments. But humans can live almost anywhere. Vexstar leaned forward. Ambassador, we have a proposal. But first, we must tell you something that will change how you see the galaxy. I'm listening, Jake said. There are worlds out there, Vexstar explained, that even we consider too dangerous to approach. Planets with extreme conditions, hostile environments, dangerous radiation levels. We have always marked them on our maps as forbidden zones and avoided them completely. Jake was starting to understand where this was going. Yesterday, Kethmer continued, our deep space scouts made a shocking discovery. Many of those forbidden worlds already have human settlements on them. What? Jake sat up straighter. Admiral Tethlos activated a holographic display. It showed a three-dimensional map of the galaxy with thousands of colored dots. The red dots are worlds we consider uninhabitable death traps. The blue dots are human colonies we have just discovered. Jake stared at the map. There were hundreds of blue dots, and almost all of them were on red worlds. Your species has been spreading across the galaxy for decades, said Collective Node Prime. But we never knew because you were going to places we would never look. You were colonizing our nightmares. The hologram zoomed in on one system. This planet has surface temperatures of 300 degrees in acid rain. We found 2,000 humans living there comfortably. They were mining minerals and growing food. Another planet appeared. This world is covered in ice and has no breathable atmosphere. We found 500 humans running a research station. They said the cold weather was refreshing. A third planet showed up. This one is in the middle of a radiation field that would kill most species in minutes. We found humans living there in simple shelters, raising families and building cities. Jake felt a surge of pride. Humans had been exploring the galaxy's most dangerous places while the aliens stayed safe in their perfect worlds. Ambassador, Vexstar said seriously, we want to propose a new relationship between our species. What kind of relationship? Jake asked. A partnership. There are millions of worlds in the galaxy that contain valuable resources but are too dangerous for any civilized species to approach. Worlds with extreme weather, hostile chemistry, dangerous radiation. Worlds that we call Hellworlds. Jake smiled. And you want humans to settle those worlds for you. Not for us, Kethmer corrected. With us. We offer you technology, knowledge, and trade agreements. In return, you help us access resources from places we could never survive. Think of it said Admiral Tethlos excitedly. There are entire sectors of the galaxy that have been empty because they're too dangerous. But to humans, they might be perfect homes. Collective Node Prime added, your species could become the galaxy's specialists in extreme environment colonization. Every species would benefit from your unique abilities. Jake considered the offer. It was much better than being galactic pets. What about the attack on Earth? A lot of humans died because of your invasion. Vexstar's crystal body dimmed with shame. We will pay reparations for our actions. Full compensation for all damages. Technology transfers to help Earth develop faster, and formal recognition of Earth as a sovereign world with full galactic citizenship rights. Plus, added Luminal Commander, we want to establish an embassy on Earth. We think our species could learn much from studying how humans adapt to challenges. An embassy on Earth? Jake was surprised. Are you sure about that? You've seen what our planet does to your equipment and your people. We're sure, Vexstar said firmly. But we'll need your help designing the embassy. We need human engineers to build something that can survive on your Hellworld. Jake laughed. It's going to be expensive. Earth-proof alien technology doesn't exist yet. We're willing to pay, said Kethmer. Consider it an investment in our future partnership. The negotiations continued for hours. Jake found himself in the strange position of having to explain to the aliens why Earth wasn't actually trying to kill them. It was just Earth being Earth. You have to understand, he told them. Humans don't think of our planet as dangerous. It's just home. When we see a thunderstorm, we don't think deadly electromagnetic bombardment. We think looks like rain. But how do you stay so calm in such chaos? Asked Admiral Tethlos. Because it's not chaos to us. It's just Tuesday. We grow up with weather that changes every day. We learn to adapt as children. We think it's normal because it is normal. For us, Vexstar made a sound like crystal chimes. That may be the most terrifying thing you've said yet. The final agreement was better than Jake had hoped for. Earth would become a full member of the Galactic Council with equal voting rights. Humans would lead exploration and colonization of extreme environment worlds. The aliens would provide technology and support for human expansion. Most importantly, Earth would share its greatest resource, the knowledge of how to survive and thrive in challenging conditions. There's one more thing, Jake said as the meeting ended. If we're going to be partners, you need to understand something about humans. What's that? Asked Vexstar. We don't like bullies. If you ever threaten another species the way you threatened us, you'll find humans on their side very quickly. The aliens looked at each other nervously. Collective Node Prime spoke first. We understand. We will not make the same mistake again. Good, Jake said, standing up. Now, who wants to visit Earth for the signing ceremony? I should warn you, it's spring, so the weather might be a little unpredictable. The alien representatives all made sounds of terror. Jake grinned. Don't worry. We'll make sure you have proper environmental suits. And maybe we can arrange for you to meet some human children. They're excited to meet real aliens. Children? Vexstar's voice cracked with fear. Oh yes. Human children love new experiences. They'll probably want to show you their favorite games, like playing in the rain, building snow forts, and swimming in the ocean. The aliens looked like they were about to faint. Ambassador, Kethmer said weakly, perhaps we could hold the ceremony in space instead. Jake laughed. Welcome to the human experience, my friends. Don't worry, you'll get used to it. Or at least, you'll learn to survive it. As the meeting ended and the aliens hurried back to their ships, Jake looked out at the stars. Somewhere, out there were human colonies on worlds so dangerous that the galaxy's most advanced civilizations were afraid to even visit them. Earth had taught its children well. They had learned to thrive in hell, and now they were ready to make the galaxy's hellworlds into homes. The aliens had been right about one thing. Earth was a hell world, but they had been wrong about everything else. Hell had not made humans weak, had made humans unstoppable. And now the rest of the galaxy was about to learn what humans could do when they had the entire universe as their new frontier. The age of human expansion was about to begin. In the alien flagship high above Earth, the Galactic Council was holding an emergency meeting. The mood was very different from 3 months ago. Gone was the laughter and mockery. Now there was only fear and confusion. "Report," ordered Vexstar. His crystal body dimmed with worry. Commander Kethmer of the Nebulans floated nervously in his containment suit. "Sir, we have lost 60% of our ground forces. Our equipment failure rate is at 78%. And ... He paused, afraid to continue. "And what?" Vexstar's voice cracked like breaking ice. "Sir, we're starting to lose ships that haven't even entered the planet's atmosphere. Just being this close to Earth is causing system failures throughout the fleet." Admiral Tethlos of the Thalassans bubbled angrily. "How is this possible? They are primitives. Their weapons are crude metal projectiles." "It's not their weapons that are defeating us," said Collective Node Prime, speaking for the hive mind. "It's their world. Everything about their planet seems designed to kill anything that doesn't belong there." The energy being called Luminal Commander spoke in tones of disbelief. "Our scientists have been studying the human prisoners. The results are ... disturbing." "Explain," Vexstar commanded. "The humans are not just surviving in conditions that would kill us. They are thriving in them. We captured a human soldier in the Arctic region. The temperature was -40 degrees. He was wearing only basic clothing, and his body was generating enough heat to keep him comfortable." Kethmer added more bad news. "We also captured humans in a desert region. The temperature was 50 degrees above normal. They were drinking liquids that would be toxic to any of our species and calling it water with flavor. Our medical team says human metabolism is unlike anything in the galaxy." But the worst report came from the Collective Node Prime. "We have discovered something that changes everything. The humans have been testing our captured soldiers with something they call normal Earth activities." "What do you mean?" asked Vexstar. "They gave our soldiers human food to eat. Simple things like fruits and vegetables from their planet. 3 of our soldiers nearly died from poisoning. What humans consider a healthy snack contains chemical compounds that are deadly. To us," Admiral Tethlos made worried bubbling sounds, "it gets worse. They showed our pilots videos of human children playing games. The children were running, jumping, and falling down, then getting up and laughing. Our medical analysis shows that the impacts would break the bones of most galactic species. And the psychological warfare has begun," added Luminal Commander. "They are deliberately exposing our troops to normal human behavior to terrify them." Vexstar was confused. "What kind of behavior?" "Yesterday, they had a human female named Captain Sarah Hill demonstrate something called exercise. She lifted metal weights that massed more than some of our soldiers. She ran for distances that would exhaust our best athletes. Then she drank a liquid that our chemical analysis showed was mildly poisonous." "Poisonous?" "They call it alcohol. Humans consume it for pleasure. It would put most of our species into medical shock." Kethmer pulled up a video file. "You need to see this, sir. This is surveillance footage of human soldiers in their natural environment." The video showed a human military camp during what the files labeled as normal weather. Rain was falling hard enough to damage equipment. Lightning was striking nearby. Trees. The wind was strong enough to blow over small structures. The humans were playing games in it. "Look at them," Kethmer said in horror. "They are running around in conditions that grounded our entire Air Force. They're laughing while lightning strikes around them. One of them is actually trying to catch the falling water in his mouth. Vexstar watched the video in growing alarm. These creatures were not just adapted to their hell world. They enjoyed it. "Sir," said a new voice. It was Intelligence Officer. "Sexton, we've intercepted human communications. I think you need to hear this." A recording played. It was the voice of the human they had met months ago, Ambassador Jake Morrison. "This is Jake Morrison speaking to all human forces. The aliens think Earth is a hell world that makes us weak. Let's show them what Earth really made us. Arctic units, take them to the coldest places you can find. Desert units, show them what real heat feels like. Mountain units, let them experience some altitude. Coast units, introduce them to our ocean storms." The recording continued. "And remember, people, we're not using weapons against them. We're just showing them what normal life on Earth is like. Let's see how long they last." The alien commanders looked at each other in growing terror. "They're not fighting us," whispered Admiral Tethlos. "They're giving us a tour. A tour of their hell world," added Collective Node Prime. "And they consider it entertainment." Dr. Amy Foster's voice came through another intercepted transmission. "Research update for all units. The aliens' immune systems cannot handle Earth bacteria. Their technology cannot survive Earth chemistry. Their psychology cannot cope with Earth's unpredictability. Recommendation: just keep doing what humans normally do. The planet will do the rest." Vexstar realized the horrible truth. The humans were not even trying their hardest. They were just living their normal lives, and it was destroying the most powerful military force in the galaxy. "Sir," said Kethmer urgently, "we're receiving reports from our deep space scouts. The humans have colonies." "Colonies? Where?" "On worlds we classified as uninhabitable death traps. There are humans living on planets with surface temperatures hot enough to melt metal. There are humans living on frozen moons where the atmosphere is pure poison. There are humans living in asteroid fields with radiation levels that would kill us instantly." The room fell silent. Finally, Luminal Commander spoke. "They're not from a hell world. They're from the hell world, the most dangerous planet in known space, and instead of being weakened by it, they were forged by it into something we cannot understand or defeat." Vexstar's crystal body flickered with fear. "How many humans are out there?" "Unknown, sir. But if they can live on planets we can't even approach, they might already be everywhere in the galaxy. We just never knew because we never looked in the places that would kill us." Admiral Tethlos made a decision that would have been unthinkable days before. "Sir, I recommend immediate withdrawal from Earth space." "Withdrawal?" Vexstar could not believe what he was hearing. "Sir, we cannot fight an entire planet. We cannot fight a species that considers our worst nightmare to be their normal Tuesday. And we definitely cannot fight people who have been training for this battle every single day of their lives just by staying alive." Collective Node Prime agreed. The hive mind concurs. "We are not fighting humans. We are fighting Earth itself. And Earth is winning." Vexstar looked at the screens showing his defeated forces. Aliens in Medical Bay because they caught human colds. Ships falling apart because Earth's air was eating them. Soldiers afraid to go outside because human children were playing in weather that terrified galactic warriors. "Open a communication channel to the surface," he ordered. "I need to speak with Ambassador Morrison." "Sir?" Kethmer was surprised. "If we're going to surrender," Vexstar said quietly, "we might as well do it properly." On Earth's surface, Jake Morrison received the call in his office. He smiled as he recognized Vexstar's voice. "Hello, Ambassador," Vexstar said. His arrogant tone was completely gone. "I believe we need to discuss new terms for our relationship." Jake leaned back in his chair and looked out his window. It was a beautiful day on Earth. The sun was shining. A gentle breeze was blowing, and some clouds were building up for an afternoon thunderstorm. Perfect weather for negotiations. 1 week into the invasion, Colonel Steve Carter stood on a volcano in Hawaii. Hot lava bubbled below him, and poisonous gases rose from cracks in the ground. His soldiers wore simple gas masks and heat protection gear. They looked comfortable. The aliens following them did not look comfortable at all. "Sir, the alien ground troops stopped about a mile back," reported Sergeant Joe Adams through his radio. "They won't come any closer to the volcano." Steve smiled. "Good. That means our plan is working. How are they handling the heat?" "Not well, sir. Their environmental suits are overheating. 2 of them have already collapsed." Steve had learned something important about the aliens. They could only survive in perfect conditions. Hot places made their cooling systems fail. Cold places froze their equipment. Wet places shorted out their electronics. Dry places made their joints stick. Earth had all of these conditions. Sometimes all in the same day. "Move the team to position 3, Steve ordered. "Let's show them what a real storm looks like." Position 3 was on the side of the volcano where the trade winds brought rain clouds. Within an hour, a tropical storm hit the area. Rain fell so hard it sounded like bullets hitting the ground. Lightning lit up the sky every few seconds. The wind blew at 60 miles per hour. Steve's soldiers tied themselves down and waited. They had trained for this. Growing up on Earth meant learning to survive in bad weather. The aliens had no idea what to do. Their perfect technology could not handle the chaos. Rain got into their weapons and made them stop working. Lightning overloaded their power systems. Wind knocked their flying vehicles out of the sky. "Sir," Joe's voice crackled over the radio, "the aliens are retreating. They're heading back to their ships." Steve nodded with satisfaction. Earth's environment was doing more damage to the aliens than human weapons ever could. Meanwhile, Dr. Amy Foster was having the time of her life in her laboratory. She had been studying alien prisoners and their equipment for days. Her discoveries were getting more amazing every hour. "Ben, come look at this," she called to her assistant. "I've figured out why the aliens are getting sick." Dr. Ben Clark hurried over to her microscope. "What did you find?" "Their immune systems have never encountered Earth bacteria. Look," Amy pointed to a sample of alien blood. "This alien has been on Earth for only 3 days, and his body is already fighting 12 different infections." Ben stared through the microscope. The alien blood cells looked completely overwhelmed. "These are just normal Earth germs. Things that wouldn't even make a human child sick." "Exactly. The aliens come from sterile worlds where nothing harmful exists. Their bodies never learned to fight disease. A common cold virus could kill them." Amy moved to another table where pieces of alien technology were spread out. "And it's not just their bodies. Look what's happening to their equipment." The alien metal was covered in rust and corrosion. Green and black stains spread across the surface like cancer. "Earth's bacteria are eating their technology," Amy explained. "The metal, the plastic, the circuits, everything is being attacked by microorganisms that the aliens didn't even know existed." Ben picked up a piece of alien armor. It crumbled in his hands like old bread. "How long has this been on Earth?" 4 days. 4 days of normal Earth air, and their advanced technology turns to dust. In the Pacific Ocean, Captain Kate Logan was discovering that Earth's marine life was just as effective as its bacteria. Her submarine crew had been watching aliens try to set up underwater bases for days. It was not going well for the invaders. "Captain, you need to see this," said Lieutenant Emma Davis, pointing at the sonar screen. Kate looked at the display. The alien underwater station was covered in something that looked like clouds. "What are those dark spots?" "Fish, ma'am. Thousands and thousands of fish. They're completely surrounding the alien base. Kate realized what was happening. The aliens. Electromagnetic fields are interfering with the fish navigation systems. They think the base is food or a threat. On the screen, they watched as schools of fish slammed into the alien structure again and again. Each impact damaged the delicate alien technology a little more. And Captain, Emma added, the base is also being attacked by coral. Coral? Yes. Ma'am, Earth's coral sees the alien structure as a good place to grow. It's covering their walls and blocking their equipment. The aliens keep trying to clean it off, but it grows back faster than they can remove it. Kate laughed. Even Earth's plant life was fighting the invasion. Above water, Naval Commander Dan Miller was learning that Earth's weather was more powerful than any human weapon. His ships were chasing alien aircraft through a hurricane off the coast of Florida. Human ships had been built to survive Earth's worst storms. They rode the huge waves like dolphins, their hulls designed to flex with the ocean's movement. Their radar systems worked even in heavy rain. Their engines could run in salt spray and high winds. The alien ships were dying. "Sir," called his communications. "Officer, we're receiving a distress signal from the alien squadron. They're requesting permission to land." Dan looked out at the storm. Waves as tall as buildings crashed around his ship. Rain fell so hard he could barely see 50 feet. Lightning turned the sky white every few seconds. "Permission denied," he said. "If they can't handle a little Earth weather, they don't belong in our skies." 2 more alien ships crashed into the ocean as he watched. Their pilots had no experience with turbulence, downdrafts, or wind shear, things that human pilots learned to handle before they were 20 years old. Back at Earth's command center, General Lisa Park was receiving reports that sounded too good to be true. "General," said Lieutenant Sarah Hill, "the alien casualties are at over 40%, but our losses are less than 5%. Lisa studied the battle reports. Human forces were not winning because they had better weapons or technology. They were winning because Earth itself was fighting on their side." "What's the status of their main fleet?" she asked. "Still in orbit, ma'am. But intelligence reports suggest they're having serious problems. Their ships are showing signs of structural damage from atmospheric entry. Earth's radiation is affecting their electronics, and their crew is reporting widespread illness." Lisa nodded. "And our forces? Getting stronger, ma'am. The soldiers are more confident every day. They're starting to realize that everything they learned growing up on Earth is a weapon against these aliens." Sarah pulled up a video feed from Alaska. "Look at this, General. Our Arctic warfare unit just walked through a blizzard that stopped. An entire alien battalion cold. Literally cold. The aliens' heating systems couldn't handle temperatures that our soldiers consider mild winter weather." On the screen, Lisa watched human soldiers moving easily through snow and ice, while alien troops huddled in their vehicles. Afraid to go outside. Another screen showed the Sahara Desert, where human forces were using the heat as a weapon. Alien equipment was overheating and shutting down in temperatures that desert peoples had lived in for thousands of years. A third screen showed the Amazon rainforest, where the humidity was causing alien technology to rust and corrode faster than they could repair it. Meanwhile, human soldiers moved through the jungle like they were walking in a park. "General," Sarah said quietly, "I think the aliens are starting to realize something important." "What's that?" "Earth isn't just our home. It's our training ground. Every day of our lives, just surviving on this planet has made us stronger than they ever imagined." Lisa looked at all the screens showing human forces adapting, surviving, and winning in conditions that would kill any other species in the galaxy. For the first time since the invasion began, she allowed herself to smile. The aliens had called. Earth a hell world. They were right, but they had misunderstood what that meant for the people who lived here. 3 months had passed since Jake Morrison returned from the alien ship. Earth had been busy. Very busy. General Lisa Park stood in the underground command center beneath Colorado. Hundreds of screens showed the sky above Earth. Radar stations, satellites, and space telescopes all watched for trouble. Today, the trouble had finally come. General, called out Lieutenant Emma Davis from her station. We have multiple contacts entering the solar system. They're big, ma'am. Really big. Lisa walked over to Emma's screen. Dark shapes were moving past Jupiter. Even from this distance, she could see they were massive. The alien fleet looked like it could block out the sun. How many ships? Lisa asked. At least 200, ma'am. Maybe more. They're in formation and heading straight for us. Lisa nodded. She had expected this. Earth had spent 3 months preparing for war. Every military base was ready. Every soldier knew what to do. But seeing the size of the alien fleet still made her stomach tight with worry. Send the alert to all commands. She ordered. Operation Earthstorm is now active. Alarms began ringing across the planet. In naval bases, Captain Ryan Brooks ran to his ship. In army camps, Colonel Steve Carter gathered his troops. In research labs, Dr. Amy Foster secured her equipment. Everyone had been waiting for this moment. The alien ships moved fast. Within 6 hours, they reached Earth's orbit. The first attack was quick and deadly. Bright beams of energy shot down from space. Earth's defense satellites exploded one by one. The space station where humans lived and worked was destroyed in seconds. Ryan Brooks watched from the bridge of his warship as chunks of metal fell from the sky like burning rain. The pieces that had been Earth's first line of defense splashed into the Pacific Ocean around his fleet. They're good, said his second officer, Lieutenant Dan Miller. Those weapons are incredibly accurate. Yes, they are, Ryan agreed. But let's see how they handle what comes next. Above them, the alien fleet began to spread out over Earth. A message came from the largest ship. It was Vextar's voice, sounding. As cold as broken glass. Humans of Earth, the message began. You refused our generous offer of protection. Now you will face the consequences. You have 24 hours to surrender completely. After that, we will remove you from this planet by force. Do not resist. You cannot win. The message ended. For a moment, everything was quiet. Then the weather changed. Ryan looked up at the sky. Dark clouds were forming fast. The wind was getting stronger. Storm coming in, he told his crew. A big one. High above, in the alien ships, things were not going as planned. Commander Kethmer of a Nebulan fleet stared at his instruments. In confusion, his ship was designed to work perfectly in the clean, empty space between stars. But Earth's atmosphere was doing strange things to his equipment. Sir, reported his navigator, the electromagnetic readings are going crazy. These storms are interfering. With our sensors? Storms? Kethmer had never heard of such things. His home world had perfect weather every day. How can the weather change so quickly? Before anyone could answer, lightning struck the ship's hull. The energy blast traveled through the alien metal like it was designed to conduct electricity. Lights flickered throughout the ship. Computer systems crashed and restarted. Sir, we're losing altitude. 3 alien fighter ships fell out of the sky during the thunderstorm. Their pilots had never experienced anything like lightning or turbulence. The ships, built for the stable environment of space, could not handle the wild energy of Earth's. Weather. Ryan Brooks watched the alien ships crash into the ocean near his fleet. He smiled for the first time in months. Send divers to recover what they can, he ordered. I want to see how these aliens build their technology. On land, Colonel Steve Carter was having his own discoveries. His soldiers were fighting the first. Alien ground troops in the mountains of Colorado. But something was wrong with the aliens. They were moving slowly, and seemed to have trouble breathing. "Sir," called Sergeant Lisa Wade over the radio, "the aliens are wearing some kind of breathing equipment, and they keep stopping to rest." Steve realized what was happening. "What's our altitude here, Sergeant?" "About 8,000 feet, sir." Steve grinned. The aliens could not handle Earth's thin mountain air. They were used to perfect atmospheric pressure. Earth's natural elevation was literally making them sick. "Fall back to higher ground," he ordered. "Let's see how they like 10,000 feet." Meanwhile, Dr. Amy Foster was making the most important discovery of all. She had been studying the pieces of alien technology that Ryan's divers had recovered from the crashed fighters. "This is incredible," she told her assistant, Dr. Ben Clark. "Look at this metal. It's incredibly advanced, but it's completely sealed." "Sealed?" Ben asked. "Their technology assumes a completely sterile environment. No bacteria, no moisture, no chemical reactions. But Earth air is full of all those things." Amy pointed to a piece of alien circuit board. Already, after just a few hours in Earth's atmosphere, the metal was starting to change color. "Ben, I think their technology is being attacked by our air itself." "You mean our pollution is damaging their equipment?" "Not pollution, just normal Earth air. The oxygen, the humidity, the tiny organisms that live everywhere on our planet. Their technology has no protection against it because their worlds don't." "Have these things?" Ben stared at the corroding alien metal. "So you're saying their super advanced technology can't survive our normal environment?" "That's exactly what I'm saying." "And if their technology can't handle our air, imagine what our bacteria and viruses might do to them personally." Back in space, the alien commanders were starting to panic. Half their fighter squadron had crashed due to weather problems. Their landing troops were reporting strange sickness and equipment failures. Worst of all, the human defenders seemed to be getting stronger, not weaker. Captain Kate Logan commanded a submarine fleet in the Atlantic Ocean. Her ships had been hiding underwater since the attack began. Now she received orders to surface and attack. "Take us up," she told her crew. "Time to show these aliens what Earth's oceans can do." Kate's submarines rose from the deep ocean like sea monsters. Their missiles launched toward the alien ships, hovering over the water. But the real surprise came when the aliens tried to follow the submarines back down. The alien pursuit ships hit the ocean surface and immediately began to fail. Earth's seawater, full of salt and minerals and billions of tiny sea creatures, ate through their hulls like acid. The pressure of deep water crushed their delicate systems. Within minutes, 3 alien ships were sinking to the ocean floor. In the alien flagship, Vexstar was receiving reports that made no sense to him. "Sir, we've lost contact with the ocean pursuit squadron." "How?" "The humans have only primitive submarines. It appears their ocean water is toxic to our ships, sir." "Toxic?" "It's just water. Not just water, sir. Earth's oceans contain thousands of different chemicals and billions of microorganisms. Our ships are not designed to handle such contamination." Vexstar's crystal body flickered with anger. How could water be dangerous? How could air damage technology? How could weather destroy ships? For the first time since the invasion began, Vexstar began to wonder if the Galactic Council had made a mistake about Earth. The humans were not surrendering. They were not even retreating. Instead, they seemed to be using their Hellworld against the invaders, and it was working. Jake Morrison stood in the bright white room of the alien ship. His hands were sweaty inside his best suit. This was the most important day in human history. After months of radio signals back and forth, Earth was finally meeting the Galactic Council face to face. The room was huge and cold. Strange lights floated in the air without any wires. Jake had never seen anything like it. He tried to stay calm, but his heart was beating fast. Everything depended on this meeting. "So this is a human," said a voice that sounded like breaking glass. Jake turned to see his first alien. It looked like a tall crystal statue that moved and talked. Its body was clear blue and sparkled under the lights. How small and weak it looks. More aliens entered the room. One looked like a cloud of purple gas floating in a clear suit. Another was covered in wet skin and had gills on its neck. The strangest one was just a ball of bright light that hurt to look at directly. The last one looked like a bunch of metal. Bugs all connected together. "I am Vextar of the Zephyrians," said the crystal being. "I speak for the Galactic Council. We have decided to help your poor species." Jake stepped forward and tried to smile. "Thank you for meeting with us. I'm Ambassador Jake Morrison. Earth is honored to join the galactic community." The purple gas cloud made a sound like wind whistling. "Join us? Oh, little human, you do not understand. Your species is too weak to join anything. We offer you protection instead." "Protection? From what?" Jake asked. "From the dangers of space," said the fish-like alien. Its voice bubbled like it was talking underwater. "Your people are so fragile. You cannot even leave your little planet without dying." The metal bug creature spoke in a voice like many people talking at once. "We have watched your world. Your technology is like toys to us. Your bodies are soft and break easily. You fight each other over simple things like water and land." Jake felt his face get hot with anger, but he kept his voice steady. "Humans may not be as advanced as you, but we are not weak. We have survived on Earth for thousands of years. We have built cities, explored our oceans, and reached our moon." This made all the aliens make sounds that Jake realized was laughter. The crystal being Vextar sparkled brighter. "Your moon? That tiny rock? We cross between star systems, like you cross between rooms. And your Earth ... double quotes." He paused. "What a terrible place to live. So much chaos and danger." "Danger?" Jake asked. "Your planet tries to kill everything on it," said the gas cloud. "We have studied your world. The air moves so fast it can destroy buildings. Water falls from the sky. The ground shakes and splits open. Fire comes out of mountains. Everything is always changing. The light being spoke in a voice like music. No civilized world has such violence. Our worlds are peaceful and safe. The temperature never changes. The air is always clean. Nothing unexpected ever happens. And the life forms on your planet," said the fish alien with disgust. "So many. Dangerous creatures. Animals that eat other animals. Tiny things in the water that make you sick. Plants that can poison you. How do you survive such horror?" Jake thought about Earth. Yes, there were storms and earthquakes. Yes, there were dangers. Animals and diseases. But that was just life. That was normal. "We adapt," he said simply. "Adapt?" The bug creature buzzed with what might have been confusion. Proper species do not need to adapt. They control their environment perfectly. They make everything safe and predictable. Vextar moved closer to Jake. Even though the alien was made of crystal, Jake could sense its arrogance. "This is why we offer protection. Your species can work for us. Simple jobs that do not require much thinking. In return, we will give you basic technology to make your lives easier. You will be our ... pets." The word hit Jake like a punch. Pets. They wanted to make humans into pets. "We thank you for your offer," Jake said carefully, "but humans prefer to earn our place through our own efforts. We would rather work as equals." The room filled with alien laughter again. This time it was louder and more mocking. "Equals?" Vextar's crystal body shook with amusement. "Little human, you could never be our equals. You are too weak, too primitive, too adapted to that hell world you call home. Your species would die within hours on any proper civilized world, added the gas cloud. The clean air would poison you. The stable temperature would shock your system. The peaceful environment would confuse you completely. A fish alien made bubbling sounds. Even in space, you are helpless. Your ships are crude metal boxes. Your weapons are simple explosives. Your soldiers wear bulky suits just to breathe. How could such weak creatures ever survive among real galactic species? Jake felt something cold in his stomach. These aliens were not just arrogant. They were planning something. What if we refuse your protection? The room went quiet. All the aliens looked at each other. Finally, Vextar spoke. That would be very unwise. The galaxy is dangerous for unprotected species. Accidents happen. Ships get lost. Planets sometimes have ... problems. The threat was clear, but not direct. Jake nodded slowly. I understand. May I have time to discuss this with my government? Of course, said Vextar. Take all the time you need. But remember, little human, your choice is simple. Accept our protection, or face the dangers of space alone. And trust me, no species from a hell world like Earth could ever survive out here. Jake was escorted back to his small ship. As he prepared to leave, he heard the aliens talking among themselves. They thought he could not understand their language, but Earth's computers had been learning. The humans will refuse, said one voice. Good, said another. And we can take their world properly. All those resources, and no one will blame us for protecting ourselves from dangerous hellworld creatures. Jake's blood went cold. They were planning to attack Earth, and they thought it would be easy dot as his ship headed back to Earth. Jake activated the emergency communication system. General Lisa Park's face appeared on the screen. How did it go, Ambassador? She asked. Jake looked directly at the camera. General, we need to prepare for war, and we need to do it now. The aliens had made one big mistake. They thought Earth was a hell world that made humans weak. They were about to learn the truth. Earth was a hell world that made humans strong.